Okay, this is topic 14-2, comparing integers. And if you forget what an integer is a number that has an opposite to it. So if we look at number 2 here, -9 and +9 are both integers. It's just one of them is negative. Now if we have a number line, we'll use this line right here. We'll say this is a number line. And we have 0 being the center, the equal. If we go to the right of this number line, these are going to all be positive numbers. +1, +2, +3, +4, +5, 6, 7, 8, and +9. If we go to the left of this number line, all the numbers that are on the left side are in the negative. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, pardon my sloppiness, -6, -7, let's go -8, and we'll go to -9. Now, when we're comparing, again, we want 0. 0 is always the middle ground. Okay? Now, if we look at number 2 here, we're going to compare -9 to +9. And we're going to do that using our alligator symbols. Remember, the alligator always wants to eat the bigger number. So if we look at our number line here, and we place +9 on the number line, if we place +9 on the number line, it would go right here. Okay, if we place -9 on the number line, it would go way over here into the negatives, right here. So to compare those two to see which one is bigger, obviously 9 is bigger. And the way that I would also look at that is if Joe has $9 in his pocket, but Jim owes somebody $9, who has more money, the kid who has $9 in his pocket or the person who owes somebody else $9? Well, obviously the person who has the $9 in his pocket. Okay, because if this guy over here gets $9, he has to give them to somebody. He owes it. So that's one way to look at it. Now let's go down here and look at number 6, because number 6 means we're comparing a negative number to a negative number, and I know that that can sometimes confuse you. So the way that we're going to look at that one is we're going to look at it the same way as far as money goes. Okay, and remember, if we go back to number 2 real quick, 9 and 9, 9 is an integer, but the opposite of 9 would be -9. So that's its opposite. Every time you go to the left of the 0, you're looking at the opposite of what's on the right side. So the opposite of 1 is -1. The opposite of 2 is -2. So you'll always find the opposite on the left side. And so when we move to the left side, it's also going to be opposite in that the greater the number, the greater the digit, the less its value. Okay? When we work to the right, the greater the number, the greater the value. If you've got $7, that's more than $2. But if you look on the left, if you have -$7, that is actually less than -$2. So let's look at this real quick. Number 6. I have -6, which on my number line, I'll make that one blue. -6 is right here. Okay? And I have -8. I'll make that one yellow. -8. Which we would find right here. Now, which one is greater, -6 or -8? Remember, if we move to the left of that 0, then the greater the number, the less it's worth. So since -8 is greater in value than -6, so the number is bigger, then it's worth less. So which one of these two is greater? -6 is. The other way that you can look at it is whatever number on the negative side is closest to 0, that one is the greater number. Okay, so since -6 was closer to the 0 than -8, then it is obviously the greater number. Let's look at number 7 here. That's another negative. Okay, number 7. We've got -7. I'll make that this color. -7 is right here, brown, and we've got -9, which we'll make green. -9 right here is green. Which one is greater? Well, -7 is greater because it is closer to the 0. -9 is